Moms are hardcore.
Hello and welcome to Moms of Flavor Town.
Diddly 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 doo.
We're back, baby. We took a week off last week because I was in Austria.
Very exciting.
Today we don't really have anything planned, so we're just going to do a cool, fun Rachel and Debbie episode. Talk about a little news, catch up, just chat, you know?
Yeah, we haven't had much news lately, and there are some news.
Yeah, and we're just going to talk about pop culture because, Debbie and I are aficionados of pop culture, and maybe we'll piss off some people by talking about non-food things also. Sorry, everybody. But no, I think that people listen to us like other shows.
No, they're only allowed to watch food stuff. That's it. No one's allowed to do anything. Oh, let me just add this, and Spencer, you can cut this out or not. Should we talk about Adam Sobel and his meta glasses?
Yeah, no, definitely. Don't cut it out. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, this is what people come here for, the hard-hitting news.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll add that to the news. That'll be our third piece of news. Okay, so before we get into all the stuff about how our weeks went and everything, because that's gonna be the episode, let's just get into the news. Here's the Flavor Town news, everybody. So first is this one goes kind of weird to me. There's a new Food Network show coming out in just a couple of weeks. Starring Antonia LoFaso, and it's Kitchen Undercover, and it's like it's a kitchen rescue story. It's like what was that one? Kitchen Impossible or whatever.
Yeah, or Bar Rescue or whatever.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know how I feel about this one. I mean, I'm sure I'll give it a try because I love Antonia. Yeah. But I just feel like this is one show that I don't need to do over and over and over again,
Right. And the reason why it was such a success with Graham Elliott in the first go was, or not Graham Elliott.
Robert Irvine?
No, it's who's
Bobby Flay? I mean,
the British guy,
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay, thank you.
One of the biggest, most famous chefs of all time. You mean?
What do you mean? Is because nobody knew him in the U.S. and they could the assholeness and everything. I think with Antonia, we just know her so well, and it's not like she can be like one of my favorite moments. Obviously that show is the first one.
Yes.
Was terrible, but one of the reasons I love it, there's this one episode where he takes 2 pieces of bread and puts it on the ears of one of the restaurant owners and says calls him a shit sandwich, and I was like, yeah, I'm sure Antonia can do quips like that, but it's we've known her for 20 something years. It's not, I just don't know if it's going to be as shocking.
Also, it's I feel a little bit, not to get political, but I feel a little bit I feel, disillusioned by the whole concept of a show like this. Because, we know at this point that it doesn't work, right? Right. It's kind of not supposed to work. It's when they would do those, the extreme home makeovers, right?
Yeah.
And then the people would always, lose their home because they couldn't pay the property taxes.
Right, right.
It's kind of like that, where it's they give this whole new lease on life to the restaurant, but that's not what the restaurant is, so it's not sustainable and it doesn't work. And then they're just you're the restaurant that was dirty on that show,
right?
Whatever.
And why would you want to be that?
Yeah. I just don't think, I think that it's it's one of these kind of capitalism porn, right? Where it's we're going to lift you up by your bootstraps, but there's there's systemic problems going on.
Yeah.
It's not just this guy's, and I mean, okay, sometimes I like it when the owner is clearly a drug addict who's abusing the staff.
Right.
And they're you gotta stop doing drugs and abusing your staff.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are the stories I want to see, not the problem is, especially in 2026, is that everything is fucked, especially the food industry.
Yeah.
I mean, can we talk about did you see the meme I just sent you about the disease that's happening right now, you know?
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, but the one that gives you explosive diarrhea.
Yeah,
and it's
the new fun bacteria has
like
entered the villa.
yeah, exactly. It's like everything's too damn expensive.
Yeah.
You know, we can't get certain ingredients anymore because of climate change, because of Iran, like the bullshit in the Strait of Hormuz.
And don't forget that Cisco has partnered with the Michelin Guide.
Right, which is like insane. Oh my God. I will never forget helping bring stuff in from the Cisco truck from the diner I worked in college, and seeing everything like vacuum sealed and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
It just makes me feel insane that Michelin, I mean, whatever, it's a tire company, of course.
Yeah.
Like,
but just, yeah, so like, but yeah, so it's like, and then like we're saying to these restaurants on the show, it's like, oh, like if you just do a better job in this hellscape, then you're gonna be a success.
Right.
If you just do whatever Antonia LoFaso tells you, when that's probably not gonna actually happen.
No.
So it's just kind of a bummer show to me. I mean, I haven't seen this show yet, but I doubt that they're going to be like addressing the systemic issues.
Right.
Be like being like, oh, like, is ICE hurting your restaurant by arresting your employees? I doubt they're going to be talking about that kind of shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always root for Antonia, but come on.
Yeah, me too. I mean, but the thing is that we don't really have to root for her because she's going to be fine. Like, Food Network will put her on 10. If this one doesn't work out, they'll put her on 10 new shows. It's not like, you know, like this is like her. Like, there have been people that, like, you see them on Food Network, like, oh, it's their big break. Like, they're getting their chance on Food Network. Like, I hope that they, you know, make it. But Antonia, like, don't worry. She's a TOC champ. You know, she'll be fine.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'll watch an episode. Like, if I'm in a hotel or whatever, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I'm probably not gonna search it on Discovery Plus, to be honest with you, but I will watch it if I'm flipping through and I see it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's kind of a bummer. But there's lots of good stuff to watch on Food Network still.
Sure.
I mean, I saw that they're doing more cooking shows. You see, Esther Choi has her own cooking show now.
That's right, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
And, you know,
even though,
sorry. Well, like, no, I was just going to say, like, even, you know, the cooking competition shows that we love are still, it's cooking, you know?
Yes, totally.
Wild Card Kitchen keeps getting renewed, which is great. You know, Alex versus America. There was one show, though. What was the name of it where Alex was like hanging out outside the grocery store?
Oh, I think it was just Supermarket Stakeout. I think it was that. Yeah.
I wish that could come back.
I did like that show.
Yeah. I thought that was like a fun, goofy little thing, you know?
Yeah, that one was pretty silly, but I liked it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I you know, I'm never gonna stop enjoying Food Network shows, but I just think that it is, like, we don't have to do the kitchen rescue thing again. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, but it's fine. we wish her the best. We wish her the best.
Do you think that Antonia is gonna get super jacked like Gordon and Robert Irvine did?
That would be amazing if that's what they needed to do.
She became like a bodybuilder before she.
Wait, Debbie, when you said like, oh, like when Graham Elliott did it, I was like, oh, like of course, there's been a version of the show that Graham Elliott did. I didn't even know that like you were like just like having like a brain fart. I thought that like there was just like there's been so many versions of this show that I thought that you just like were naming one I had never seen before.
Oh, I'm sure he had. You know, like who the fuck knows? I don't know.
That's awesome. Yeah. I was gonna say about Esther Choi though that and then we'll get to your next piece of news, but I sent you this and I know that it's like not good for us to talk shit on people that we cover here, but she posted a reel that made me so mad.
Oh no.
I watched it so many times because it was one of these things that was like there's no excuse not to feed your child's real food. Like even if they're picky, they will all you have to do is keep offering it to them. And she's like the caption is like her feeding, some delicious looking food she made to her baby. Great.
Yeah.
Like I love feeding Sheena delicious looking food that I made.
Sure.
And like I'm sure if she was my mom, I would love to eat her food too. She's an amazing
of course.
chef. But it was like the caption was like so like one of these things, and it's not her fault. Like so many, like I feel like her son is like 2, and like so many parents do this, and I'm sure that we both did this when we had 1 2-year-old. And where you're just like, what's the big deal about it? You just do this, and it works out,
right?
Your sample size is 1.
Yeah.
You have no idea what people are talking about.
None.
And yeah. And it's like, just because you have like, and also it's like a 2-year-old eats so many more things generally than a 4-year-old.
Exactly. Exactly.
You have no idea what's coming for you. And also, this reminds me of like a mutual friend of ours who I'm not even going to name because I don't want to talk about it, posted something about like not giving your kids a phone at the table and was like, it's actually really easy. And his daughter is also 2. And it's like, I try not to give Sheena a phone at dinner, but it's way different when your child is older than when they're 2. When they're 2, you give them a piece of string or whatever. And
right.
Like,
and they're like, this is, They're like a cat at that point.
Yeah. It's like, and like, just like, and like, I don't care what you do. I just hate, like, I feel like, and I'm sure, like, again, I'm sure I was like this when Sheena was 2, but it's just like, I feel like a parent of a 2-year-old thinks they know everything about parenting, and you know so little at that point, So, sorry to any parents of 2-year-olds listening to this, right? But it's also the same as someone, and I said this before, the same as someone with 2 to 3 years sober, and we talk about that with Jonathan Sawyer all the time. And I wanted to say one more thing before we move on to your piece of news, and I promise I'll shut up. Is that I didn't say on the podcast, but I did want to say that I recently became 10 years sober, and I just think that's a notable. I don't talk about it that much on the podcast. I mention it once in a while, but it's like it's a big milestone. And as Debbie said, I'm 120 months sober.
Actually, that was a Johnism that I stole, but
yeah, but I just wanted to mention that in case anyone listening here is sobriety curious, feel free to DM me or whatever. But also I feel like
I got to go to Rachel's 10-year sobriety anniversary party, and everybody there was awesome. So if you're sober curious,
sober people are cool. But yeah, no, I mean, I just feel like, but I do feel like being 10 years sober to the point where it's like no longer relatable. Like I feel like when you're like 2 years sober, people are like, oh wow, like how'd you do that? And then 10 years sober, they're like, that's weird. Like not doing anything for 10 years is kind of weird, So anyway, Debbie, can you bring up our next piece of Flavortown news?
So thank you to Courtney Smith at Ravenous for pointing out the piece in Esquire about Tom Colicchio closing Craft.
And of course it's an Esquire, by the way. It's such a Tom place.
Oh my God. Of course. Right. Exactly. I mean, it's a really great piece, and thankfully it's not behind a paywall or anything. So, I mean, it's just really interesting. It's like, the reporter came the night before the final service and the day of the final service. One of the things was that like Tom like ribbed Zoran about, he wishes that commercial rents were frozen too, which fair. But like Tom Colicchio, come on, dude. Like are you really hurting with Craft? Come on. But it's just interesting, like, to read who stopped by. It was like, obviously, Kristen and Gail stopped by, and Kristen's, I guess, favorite dish of Tom's is the chicken nuggets or chicken, like, he has, like, a play on chicken tenders,
Uh-huh.
Like, it's just, like, it was a very Tom piece of, like, these kids, like, don't know how to cook anymore. They always do like shortcuts. Like that was the whole thing. It was like, there's not going to be anyone like Tom because Tom spent 3 days like working on a sauce made from veal bones, you know, like
Totally.
it's like, all right, like chill out, you know? And the funny thing is, like, as a publicist, you know, obviously I know how kind of these pieces come about. And what's really interesting is the piece had a correction at the end of it because it said like something about how Tom was not gonna be cooking anymore. And like, I guess his publicist like probably dinged them and was like, actually, he has like a couple of culinary endeavors, I think was the actual like, it's like culinary endeavors. It's like, all right, relax, you know, like, but it was just, you know, I don't know. It's just interesting, because it's also like one of these things where it's like, yeah, of course it's going to close. Like he's, you know, older, you know, it's not like he can like stand on the line until he's like 95. Like what do you know, it's just like the whole thing. And then they also talk about all the people who worked under him. And the only unproblematic one was Kwame. And what was interesting is most of the people that are mentioned in the piece are clearly like white blonde people.
Ah, interesting.
Mostly men.
Uh-huh.
Like, well, he's going on about his sous chef and his, you know, and all this other stuff. And it's like, yeah.
So one of my old coworkers, I won't say from where, while I was working with him, his brother was like executive chef at Kraft.
Oh.
But he quit after like not very long. This guy's brother.
Interesting.
It's very vague, but like it was like he didn't it was like he was like excited to get the job, and then like he didn't stay. So you know, I don't know what happened, but I was just thinking about like how like Tom had this like little empire, right?
Yeah.
Like he had witchcraft all around,
which I ate at frequently.
Yeah, witchcraft was really good, and you could get like a really delicious sandwich for like $15. It was like an expensive sandwich, but it was like a reasonably expensive sandwich.
And it was a huge. It was never like it wasn't like a dinky little whatever.
No, it was, and you could get like a great like grilled cheese and cup of soup. Like it was like I worked right near one, so I was like, I think they all closed. And I just Googled, and the AI overview is like, unfortunately, Witchcraft has permanently closed all of its standalone retail locations and kiosks. While you can no longer visit them, Clicky's acclaimed flagship restaurant Kraft is still operating in the Flatiron District. Nice try, AI.
It hasn't been closed long enough that the AI overlords are... computing it, you know,
but AI is wrong. So, did you ever eat at Kraft?
No, I never ate at Kraft.
I went there a couple times.
Yeah.
And like when I had like reason, because I used to work. Oh, and they also had Kraft Bar, which closed before.
I've been to Kraft Bar. My ex-boyfriend a long, long time ago worked at Cullen Pistol, which was in Chelsea Market. So we would sometimes like go back and forth, but yeah.
Well, so I used to work right near Kraft and Kraft Bar, and like that was like Kraft Bar was like my boss's favorite place to like take a team for like a team lunch.
Yeah.
And then when Kraft Bar closed, he would take us to Kraft sometimes. Mm-hmm. But like Kraft was like, I mean, I don't want to be an asshole because it wasn't, but I was never like super impressed by Kraft. Like, I feel like I've been to like, you know, like it's like, I feel like it's one of those things where like you feel like for the price, it should be better, in my opinion. And I'm sure if you're rich, you love it. It's like for me, it like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like,
if you're spending that kind of money.
I want it to be like incredible. And I've been to plenty of like expensive restaurants that I'm like that, and I know you have too, where you're like, oh, like that was totally worth, you know, the whatever, you know, $200 or whatever. But I mean, it's like it's fine. But I just feel like we went with Spencer and I went once, and Spencer was like, you know, we both love Top Chef. So Spencer was like, you can tell Tom's phoning it in. Because it's like, you know, like I'm sure like the passion was there more, you know, when he was younger, and like, you know, like I think that's like normal for it to like not be as inspired as like you get older or whatever.
Well, that's you know, part of the article is kind of about that, where it's like he's making the same things since 2001. Yeah, and it's like I feel like it's probably the same way as like a Rothko for me is like, I'm sure at the time it was like revolutionary.
Yeah.
But for me at this point, like coming into it, seeing it at this point,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah, totally. And like I said, like it wasn't bad. It's just like for me, it wasn't like I would never be like, ooh, we have to go to Kraft, you know? But
And
whatever. I mean,
I hope nobody comes out after us for shitting on Tom's restaurant and also Rothko.
But I also think that like our audience like understands who we are at this point.
Right.
And so like also like you sent me, and I don't even want to like go into this specifically, but you sent me like a clip from a podcast, from a food podcast that was like making like Noma apologies, being like, how long does he have to suffer for? And I just feel like, and like we also saw like all these like other like food podcasts being like, oh, I'm so heartbroken the Kraft is closing. And I just feel like that I see that shit and I'm like, that's like why the world needs moms of Flavor Town. Even if we need someone who's like not just there like gargling. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like criticism is okay and in fact good,
And like we have our people we freak out about. Like there's people we're like not gonna probably criticize. Like, oh my God, our interview with Lawrence, I'm like still obsessed with him.
I know. I accidentally sent him a meme that I was sending to somebody else. Like I was just like I clicked too fast on stuff, and he like really appreciated it. And I was like, yes, because you're like one of us,
I'm like, there's plenty, like, there's lots of, I could list people that we're obsessed with, lots of them. Nene Wynn, we have some people we're going to interview soon. Yeah, Rhoda will come on here soon. Also, we're going to interview one of our biggest idols soon, which, I'm not going to say anything about it because I don't want to, but I can't even believe it. Anyway, so like, we're fans, but we also are, dirty commies, and we need to call it like it is. So I think it's important.
Yes.
And on that note, we're going to get to our last piece of Flavortown news for the day. And that is that, okay, so I think that you should know, if you listen to us and know me and Debbie at all, that we are not fans of the surveillance state.
No.
And we think that, like, honestly, like, these, like, Meta glasses are, like, just kind of, like, immoral, just in general.
So gross. And, like, the weird thing is, it's gross in many ways, but also, like, why do they keep trying to make it happen?
Yeah.
This is, like, 10 years of, like, making these kind of glasses happen.
Exactly. They're trying to make it happen. It's, like, people don't like it when you wear them. It's like the Ring camera on steroids. And like the Ring camera, at least you like get it to some extent. It's like, oh, like I want to see who's at my door. Like there's like a reason for that. I don't have one. I won't get one, but I understand why people want one. Like it makes sense. You're at work. You want to let someone into your apartment, see who it is, whatever. I get it. There's no reason for it. You have your eyes on your face. You don't need extra eyes on your face that are just there.
Hold up your phone. Hold up your phone.
That are just there to give big data more. I mean, big whatever, more big tech, more data. Like that's all you're just you're paying Meta to give them surveillance. Anyway, I hate it, but but Meta's really trying to make it happen, and we got a notification that it was like Adam Sobel just posted with his Meta glasses. It's like I wonder if people know. I mean, I wonder if it's like if Adam Sobel, like, first of all, if it was like some kind of deal he made because he's a celeb or whatever. But also, it's like, do people know that it's gonna be like that? Because I think that people should be like, I get it. It's like a cool picture. But, like, you should be embarrassed that everyone's going to know what you did.
Right. And, like, I think for, we've said this before, but it's like a lot of we're very media, like, we're very media literate, and we understand, like, I hope so. I hope so. And we understand the implications of all this bullshit. I think there are people in this world who like don't understand or are not curious about the repercussions of all of this. Like the article is about people looking at people's skirts and stuff with the meta glasses are not reaching them.
Yeah.
But I wish their teams would let them know that this is gross.
Yeah. And it's just like I don't think that people are going to react to it the way you think, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I don't remember which Jenner it was, Kylie or Kendall, who's like the face of the metal gases or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't, you know,
Kylie.
Kylie. Okay. I'm like, I'm media literate, but I don't know the difference between the Jenners. Sorry.
You know.
Is that Timothée Chalamet's girlfriend or the other one? Okay, Timothée Chalamet's girlfriend. Okay, so she needs those because she's got to make her a movie about Timothée Chalamet in the moment.
Yeah.
But no, I just like it's like you know, she is capitalism, right?
Right.
So like for her, it like makes sense much more than like I'm sure Adam Sobel is just giving him the benefit of the doubt, even though you know we love to clown on him on this podcast. Yeah. But he is just like you know like some guy who thinks tech is cool, right? And there's lots of guys who think tech is cool. Like what he posted was like his fishing trip. Like he wasn't doing anything weird. Yeah. But like it just makes you look bad when Meta like advertises that you're wearing your Meta glasses and posting whatever you see. You know? Like, it's just it's weird. So
yeah. And like, anyway, are we really this far into the world where we need to post literally everything that we see? Like that's
I know
creepy.
I know it is creepy, and just we want you to know that if you are the kind of celebrity that we cover, so a very small amount of people are that kind of celebrity, 200 in the world, and you use the Meta glasses, we will talk about you on our podcast.
But also, if you want to come and tell us what you think and whatever, we'll listen. We're here.
Adam Sobel, if you're listening and you want to come set the score straight here, do you think that Adam Sobel knows who we are? I'm curious.
I think he knows. I don't think he thinks about us the way we think about him.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think at this point, like all of them, like know that we exist. Like, even Bobby Flay might know about us.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. He doesn't, Don Draper meme, he doesn't think about us at all. That's
Exactly.
We're like, so bold. Okay, cool. And then with the surveillance state, let's talk about, before I talk about the food in Austria, let's quickly just talk a little bit about the surveillance state that we all love the most, Love Island.
The finale was just yesterday.
Yeah, so I'm behind because I was in Austria. I did get a VPN to watch it. Like, 'cause you need a VPN to watch it. And like people warn me that like the VPN, like Peacock will know you're on a VPN and kick you off. And it did, but then you just like move the VPN to a different IP address and then you're back on, you know, until they figure you out again. So they're chasing you around and you're just you're like a hacker moving to different IP addresses to watch Love Island. While I'm on the train between Vienna and Tyrol, Austria. But I'm still behind, but I kept up through memes. Were you happy with the arc of the season?
Yes, because when it first started, I was like, "This season sucks. It's so boring. It's very red pilled."
I know, and it was red pilled the season. I'd say, yeah.
But like starting from movie night onward, it really changed direction, and I thought it was so fantastic.
I mean, and like I think like there's a few guys that like are legitimately red pilled. Like Corbin is definitely red pilled.
Oh yeah.
And Zach is definitely red pilled.
Yeah.
Sincere, I don't think is red pilled as much as just a doofus.
Yes.
I don't think that Sincere is actually a bad person. He's just a big idiot, I think.
Yeah, and honestly, this is gonna sound terrible. I actually like sympathize with Sincere a little bit as a people pleaser, you know?
Oh yeah. Even though Melanie's like, you weren't trying to people please, you're trying to please yourself. Yeah. Which is true. And Soul's there with her tickle bitties, you know. Anyway.
Justice for Soul. Come on our podcast.
Oh my God. I would love Soul so much. You know what I would say if Soul came on our podcast?
What?
Mama happy. But yeah, so I mean, I don't think the Sincere is red pilled. I just think that he just, you know, he said that in his like intro, like I'm a lover boy, and I just think that he has bad boundaries and he doesn't know how to have boundaries.
Yes.
So I don't know if. Do you think that they will? Like a week ago, I would have said they won't last. Now I would be surprised. I don't know. They could last.
Who, Melanie and Sincere?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, the weird thing is, did you hear about his whole thing, like with his family, Sincere's family?
Well, I saw the memes about what his dad said and everything.
Oh, well, so I guess some of
they were all talking shit on live, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad news. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So I think that Bryce and Trinity are the real deal. They'll at least stay together for sponsorships for at least a year. That's my guess.
I think they are the real deal.
And I say they'll stay together for sponsorships, but I don't mean that in like a bad way. Like I feel like that's a good motivation to work on your relationship.
Yeah, make that bread. I don't care. Whatever.
I hate Zach. I really hate Zach.
I hate Zach so much. I hope Kata deserves so much better.
I love Kata. I just think that this is an example of like of age, you know? I think that she is too like she's like this is like she's like, oh, like it's like a hot zaddy for me. Yeah. And like I like that he tells me what to do, but she doesn't realize that it's not in a hot way. It's in a terrible controlling way that he tells her what to do. Right. Like I don't think that she gets it. And then Carl and Anaya, what do you think?
Carl and Anaya, I think will last. I think I was talking to somebody about this. I forget who, but like what I love about Carl and Anaya is that they're both like perfectly boring. You know, like they're just like. I think that they are going to have a long and fruitful, very typical, suburban like. 2.5 kids.
They would definitely be the stars of After the Villa. Like they would definitely be like everyone else is fighting and they're just like the ones like being like, you know, like Melanie's crying on Anaya's shoulder. Right. And you know, Carl is sitting there with them, like getting them tea or something.
Right,
you know,
right.
Like
exactly.
Yeah. They're the center. Yeah. I mean, Carl is very, I feel like Carl is the hottest guy also on
he's such a man.
Yeah.
I mean that in like not in a like bad way. Like I usually do.
No.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. No, I mean he makes Sincere look like a little boy. You know, like that. Yeah, and like to me, Corbin the whole time. I know he's old news at the time, but Corbin, every time I saw him, he looked exactly like he looked like the kind of like high school kid in our neighborhoods.
Yes.
In a way that was like very unsettling to me. I'm like, you are literally a child. Like to me, even though he was.
Yeah, I was
even though he was like so tall and deep voice, I'm like he was the one to me that was like most literally a child. Where I was like, I could not handle all these women saying that you were sexy because you are my son.
Yeah, exactly. And as your mother, you have some learning to do.
I know, exactly. So I mean, like I thought it was a good season. I'm a little bit sad it's over, but I'm also happy it's over. Because I have so many other shows to watch. Yeah. It's really hard. Yeah. But I wanted to talk about also, which you haven't seen, which this is a little bit of like news, just pop culture news.
Wait, before we get to that.
Sorry.
Because to tie it all in, what do you think of the Chinese takeout moment?
Oh, see, I didn't watch that episode
yet. Okay.
So, yeah. No, I mean, I want to see it, but I'm behind, so I knew I couldn't say spoiler free. It was impossible, you know. But I wasn't like intentionally spoiling myself. So like this morning, I was like, I'm just gonna scroll Instagram and hope I see a spoiler. Yeah. I'm not gonna like Google who won Love Island, but I'm like, if I happen to see a spoiler, then I'll know. But also, it was like, did you vote in the finale?
No. Did you?
I did vote.
Yeah.
And I just felt like I kind of regretted my vote because I was like, there's no way that Brinity is not winning. So it's like, I don't think it was a
Carl and Anaya?
No, I voted for Brinity.
Oh,
no, like,
okay.
But I was like, because that's who I do think should win.
Right.
But I almost regret it. 'Cause I'm like after I did it, I'm like, oh, like I should have done a chaos pick or something. But I was no way I was gonna vote. My biggest disappointment was I really wanted either Melanie and Sincere or Zach or Kata to not be in the finale.
Yeah,
I really wanted one of them to like get but like it's just like Melanie and Kate have so many stands, but like I saw so many people arguing on Reddit, right? Being like, vote for Melanie because we love her. And other people are like, no, don't tell her that being with Sincere is good.
Right.
Like, people are like, we do love her. She'll get sponsors no matter what, but don't vote for her because we don't want her to think that we like her because she's with Sincere. You know?
Right.
Like, so I was really hoping, but like my biggest, I mean, I hate Zach way more than I hate Sincere because I feel like Zach's more nefarious.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I think KC sucks, but I would have loved it if KC and TT beat out Kate.
Oh yeah, I was rooting for them way more, and you know. Oh, but another funny thing that has to do with food TV.
Okay.
Have you seen Gal's the coffee shop and everything? His Instagram, Instagram account for the coffee shop.
I've seen some of it. Yeah,
I love it so much, and like. I was trying to describe like what the whole Gal situation was, and like I was trying to describe it to John, who obviously like doesn't really watch it, and he sometimes like he'll watch it if it's like on and he's like taking a break or whatever of something else.
Yeah.
But I was like explaining to him that it was like the Tim Robinson, I think you should leave dating show thing. Or like
totally.
Gal was just there to promote his coffee shop.
Yeah.
Like that was it. He wasn't there for actual.
And he was there to get Jen into her misandrist era. Yeah. Because like by the end when Jen was just like, I hate men, I'm so over it. Yeah. It was just like every term it was just like, these men suck. And then like none of the girls were agreeing with her. They're all being like, yeah, you know, like I just like she was not getting like, she wanted like to be like with the girlies talking shit on men, and like no one was down, you know.
Yeah. So. Which I'm so Jen, come on the pod, we'll talk shit about men.
I know. Okay, so we should wrap up soon, honestly.
Yes, sorry.
So let's just talk about. I was going to mention that Married at First Sight is coming out with a new season, or what actually already started. But Married at First Sight was like this show that was like such like a good concept, and I've seen many seasons, but it was on Lifetime, and the production was so bad that like it was really hard to watch because like the episodes would be so long and be that reality TV thing where they're just replaying scenes over and over and over again, like to the point where it's like unwatchable.
Yeah.
And now this season was the first season that Peacock bought it, and they are putting it out. So now it's going to be a Peacock produced show.
Good on them.
I think it's going to be 100 times better, just FYI. So, and it's like, it's basically like could be Peacock's Love is Blind.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of the same thing, you know? So it's going to be awesome. Anyway, and then we'll talk about The Bear another time because we didn't watch it yet. But I just want to talk quickly about the food I ate in Austria.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, so we happened to be in Austria during their apricot season, and in Austria they have like a specific apricot that's only grown in like a micro region by Vienna, and they have a different word for them in Austrian than is the word in German. So it's like it's German, but it's like it's only like in Austria they have like most words are the same, but they have a different word for apricot, and they're called Marilles. And we just happened to be there during Marilles season, and like everything was apricots everywhere.
That's awesome.
So I need to mention that. I ate so many apricots. Like we just started.
I love stone fruit.
It was like the thing where it was just like every place we went, like there'd be like a special on the menu with apricots, and we're like, what's going on? So I Googled it, and I found out that it's like this like super local specialized apricot, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
And I guess that's all I'll say. I did go to the hot dog stands. Food in Austria was like, it was a little hard for me. It was really good, but it was like, you know, it's like, it wasn't, I feel like some places in Europe, you're just like, wow, everything here is so amazing. And like in Austria, there's like really good food, but it was all like this, like very like, it's like they're mostly known for like their cakes and their pastries and stuff like that. And everything was very heavy. And I'm like not a cake and pastry person.
Yeah.
And like the only place they are going to have like eggs for breakfast if it's like targeting Americans. Like we pass like tourist places that are like breakfast burrito here, you know, and it's like not, you know, it's not. So, but we had I did have a Wiener Schnitzel. And we had one thing that I didn't know in Austria is that it comes with, like the original Wiener Schnitzel is from Vienna, obviously.
Right.
And it comes with lingonberry jam.
Ooh.
Which sounds weird to put like a berry jam on your, but I guess it's like similar to like, cranberry sauce on turkey, but it was totally awesome.
That's good. Yeah, so Austria, still the only thing that I can think of when I think of Austrian food is the Pepperidge Farm Viennese frozen cake that they sell. I just remember thinking that it was the classiest thing in the world growing up.
I mean, it's like they have like really big like coffee house culture there, and like the coffee house was very cool. And like they did have like it's like we were in Vienna. They have like like all kinds of like there's all kinds of like Asian restaurants and stuff. Like I'm sure it's just like there's like good food, but like we ate like Austrian food. It's like, oh, we want to go to like the famous Austrian restaurants, and it was good. But to me, it was like a little bit. It was like not. It was a little bit challenging for me after a while. I hope Spencer's not offended by this because I feel like. But he likes like the cakes and stuff more than me, Yeah. But it was an amazing trip. Spencer did an amazing job planning it. Like he really it was like his baby, this trip.
The pictures were gorgeous.
Everything. Yeah, and like everywhere we went was like so good. And we went to this one town called Hallstatt, which like I was reading again on Reddit, like that like people are like, it's not worth it. It's a tourist trap. It sucks. And like it is a tourist trap, but like it does not suck. Yeah. Those things where I was like, I can't believe anyone would say it's not worth going here because it's like one of the most amazing places I've ever been. You should Google Hallstatt. Okay. It's like hard to even describe. I mean, I meant like listeners, but you can do it too, Debbie. It was like, and I just feel like being from New York, you like get a little bit like savvy at like avoiding like the bad parts of tourist traps or something, like there's like famous Instagram spots there to like take pictures, and like that was like a complaint, like, oh, there's all these long lines of the photo spots. But like I didn't care about the photo. It's like, like if you're gonna stand in line at the photo spot, that sucks, But like you don't have to do that, you can do other things, So anyway, it was amazing. But yeah, I should start making dinner also.
Yes.
What are you do you have anything else you want to say before we start closing out?
So we are actually using our deceased neighbor's bathroom right now as our bathroom. So that's been an interesting.
So you like run out in the middle of the night and stuff to her apartment?
Well, the nice thing is, the kids have been using Otis's potty.
Okay.
But yes, John and I. It's been very weird. We currently don't have a bathroom, and hopefully that's not going to be much longer.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even imagine. I have to pee so much. But okay, so what are you gonna have for dinner tonight?
We're going over. Well, John's already there with the kids at our friend Julie's, and we're gonna do like a taco bar.
Oh, awesome! Sounds great. Spencer roasted some eggplant earlier today.
Nice.
Because I asked him to, and I'm gonna use like a heirloom tomato and the roasted eggplant and make like a little eggplant tomato salsa sauce. I mean, not salsa. Sorry, I'm very jet lagged, so excuse me. A pasta sauce.
Yeah.
But yeah, so everybody please rate, review, subscribe. We'll figure out what we're doing next week. I mean, we have people we want to interview, so maybe we'll get our shit together again next week.
Let's try to do that.
But we have plenty of awesome interviews coming up over the summer. It'll be time for Bake Off in not too long.
So it's crazy.
I know. So, I mean, I think that's not till September. So we have the summer, but yeah, so we love you all. Please rate, review, subscribe, watch us on YouTube, send Debbie hate mail.
Please.
And I think for now, it's time for us to go for the protein.
Good night.
Moms of Flavor Town, Moms of Flavor Town, go for Unicorn.